is up, everybody, and welcome back to Manga Talk, where I talk to you about manga that you may or may not have heard about before, and have a discussion. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but that's what a discussion is. Now then, today we are going to talk about this baby. Let's talk. This baby, known as, I still don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's called Übel Blatt? Übel Blatt? I don't know. I think it's Icelandic, maybe, or Celtic. I don't know. It's hard enough that I can barely read Japanese or Japanese people's names, and then they're adding in different freaking languages. Anyways, Ublat, blah blah, whatever it is called, is a manga, a seinen manga, that was written by Itoroji, I think. Shinono, maybe. Again, sorry if I mispronounce your name. Sometimes I'll get it right. It was a manga that went on for 24 volumes, and I think had 170 chapters in it, that originally ran from December of 2004 all the way to March of 2019. Back in the good old year before 2020. It sucks so much. Anyways, it originally ran into 3 different mangas that would be Gangu YG, I think is how you pronounce that. Or is it Gunga, Youngji, whatever. In 2004, then it transitioned into just Gunga in from 2004 to 2009, and then finally in monthly Big Gunga, I think, from 2011 to 2019. Woo! So, anyways, this manga is, like I said before, seinen, and it is more mature. It's more along the lines of a dark fantasy. So if you've read something like, the only one that really comes to mind for this is Berserk. Love that manga. One day I'll do a video on it. And it is following this young man known as Ken Koi and then Koinazo. I think. I have trouble pronouncing the names. He is a weird swordsman. I say weird. And then he is apparently out to attack these people known as the 7 heroes that are prevalent in his world. And, we figure out some backstory on him and why he does want to go fight these heroes. And the awesomeness that ensues. It is freaking good. Man. Like I'm talking about real good. It's awesome. The story is pretty good. It only meanders a bit here and there, I thought. But for the most part, whenever I got a new volume, I read through that thing. It was just thick. Because of the fact that in the States, we only get, every once in a while, we only get like the single volumes. Some volumes of manga become omnibuses, or the dual for each other volume that we have. Now then, it is so good though. But yeah, so it mostly drove along the plot of one trying to figure out in the early stages why this person is trying to go after these 7 heroes, and then also finding out backstory on this person, on Coinozel, I think is how you pronounce it. I probably said it 3 different ways in this one video. How he got to be this strong, why he is hell-bent on killing these 7 heroes, and maybe they aren't what they say they are. But at the end of the day, it is pretty good. And the art in it, I would show you, try and find one that isn't, because some of these arts I can't show you, but there's one picture in here that was pretty awesome, pretty freaking sweet, and definitely I can show you. But there's a few others that I'm like, I can't really show, because as it being a seinen, there's a lot of blood and gore, and YouTube doesn't like blood and gore. I try to find one. It's just like, and also boobs. Lots of boobs. All the boobs. Boobs. But, there's only a few that, dang it. I can't find one. I'll probably just show up on the screen all the different arts of it. It's still fairly well written. The plot makes sense. The motivation of the characters makes sense. The different companions that he later gets along the road to his inevitable goal. And it's not that he gets more powerful, which is sometimes something that I don't really like in manga or stories in general, where that's just like, I'm already super powerful. But it's slightly different, and it's more along the lines of, this is a guy that can just annihilate many different, like, fodder enemies, but it has a hard time fighting harder enemies, which should be the case in some manga. I'm looking at you, Isekai. Why are you all overpowered? Anyways, yeah. He has different weird abilities also. For instance, he can summon blades that come out of his arms. And I'm just like, that's freaking awesome. I wish I had that power. And then he's also an awesome swordsman. But yeah, like I said, it ran for about 24 volumes in the States. We got these lovely things, which you're probably wondering why this is 0. I also thought that when I first bought it, because I was like, I have no idea what this says, but it seems interesting. So, yeah. It starts off with 0, so you have to buy 0, and then it goes all the way to 11, which culminates in all 24 volumes, but in 12 volumes of this. Don't know why they didn't just start with 1. I've always wondered that. Still, it is pretty good. I would say that, I'm trying to think of different words to describe it, and trying to also think of what else I can show that isn't some characters being half naked or being torn apart. Yeah, that person's just showing her tits. Just all the boobs. Yep, and they're fighting while that person's naked. The main character's naked right now. Yes. I can't show half of this freaking thing. Anyways, it's a good story. You'll definitely grow attached to some characters, and it's pretty gripping. You're just like, ooh, what are they going to do next? Who are they going to meet? Why are they doing this? Who is really the bad guy and who is the good guy? And why do you care? Which sometimes in manga you don't really get that, and I'm not saying that's the most groundbreaking, but you definitely get the feeling in some parts where you're just like, oh, yeah, I care about these characters a little bit. Granted, some of them are just like, I'm the person in the group that's going to whine a bit and then grow attached. That's always happening. But it's just I'm failing words right now. It's just a good story that I feel like I don't really see that many people talk about. If they do, I'm sorry that I haven't seen you talk about it. So yeah, just maybe read a manga that's random and not one of the huge ones. It doesn't have to just be Shonen Jump all the time. You can do other things like just others manga that isn't just for teenagers. Seriously though, manga industry. I know that your main demographic is teenagers in high school, but not every story needs to be set in freaking high school. High school sucked in the States. I don't know how it was in Japan, but in the States it sucks, and it still sucks no matter how much you say otherwise. High school sucks. Maybe just put it in a fantasy world with good world building sometimes. Though most fantasy in general, usually you just hear about these different lands and you only get to really know a part of a continent. Sometimes I just wish that they would expand. Talk about different fantasy parts. Like, what is that continent? Why are they attacking us? What is going on? Fantasy. I'm digressing. Anyways, before I go off on a tangent about how fantasy worlds should be flushed out a little bit more sometimes. Anyways, if you want to read it, go ahead. It's completed, so you don't have to be like, oh man, I'm going to have to wait a week or a month. No, it's a good read. I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but it definitely has a unique story. It also has the plot of most things. You're like, oh, it's revenge. I'm going to go and kill the bad guys because they wronged me. But yeah, anyways, if you like the video, leave a comment down below if you liked it, or if you've read it. Go ahead, leave that comment. If you don't, that's all right. If you want to keep up to date with all the videos that I produce, just put a click on that subscribe and notification button, and then you'll be up to date whenever that works. I don't know how it works. I've been using YouTube for posting YouTube on for like a month now, but yet I still don't know how it works after using it for years. Anyways, if you don't, that's alright. If you like the video, hit like. If you didn't, just hit the thumbs down. If you didn't, I understand. It's alright. I think that's it. Yeah. It's like, it was good. It was good material. I'm sorry that I couldn't show any of the pages. Because I kind of didn't realize half of the stuff in here I can show. So, yeah. I'll probably have to be looking up online all the different pictures. Anyways. So, well, I don't know. I'm terrible at Bye.